Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Now, I did a video yesterday about the lady who fell in love with a psychiatrist. And I was on a streaming software and it wasn't really working too well. So y'all gotta forgive me. At the end of the day, I'm moving around, so can't look at you. But what I was talking about on that video is how I'm really noticing that with the combination of everything in our society, with the cell phones, with the dating apps, with the social media, the Instagram, with all the comparison, with being able to see everybody highlight reel, what everybody got going on, that they want to show you, and you just seeing the best of people's lives, with the amount of women versus the amount of men, just it being so many more women, and women who are ready for marriage than there are men who are ready for marriage. I really feel like that combination of things, and with the workforce being so brutal, when there was a day where women didn't have to worry about going to work and placating to a boss or an employee or a subordinate or a superior. A woman was able to just focus on home if she wanted to focus on home, and if she wanted to go work and get a job, she could go work and get a job. But there was that day. But now it's like, if you don't work, you don't eat. It's hard to live. It's hard for families to live off of one income. My family does it, and it's very hard. It's not an easy thing. And now that Tayden is older, my wife might want to decide at some point to go, I don't know, go back to school and become an RN or a pharmacist or something, or a nurse practitioner or something else. Might do something in fashion or social media marketing or something, but you never know. And I think it's just a lot of stress on women, and I think that's what's leading to the type of things that we seeing. Because if you notice, like the Tisa Risa, she came out, did a whole series, like just couldn't handle it, had to talk about it, blew up for a second. And I haven't seen nothing from her since I saw her do a cameo in a Target commercial. And it was just a Target commercial. I ain't seen nothing else. Now, she might have a TV show working, Netflix show might be still in the works, or whatever it may be, she may have going on. But when you think about it, it's like, okay, if that doesn't happen, if that don't go through, if she don't end up actually doing that, then it's like she falls right into the abyss. And if she falls into the abyss after being famous for a little while, famous for a little period of time, that's going to lead to more mental health issues. And then you have this woman who she going, and she literally, she's taking the videos I seen, she was taking no accountability. Everything was on her psychiatrist. Like, she was allowed to hit on him, send him sexually explicit stuff, tell him she liked him, and just expect him to be the one who fires her or let her go, when really his hand tied behind his back. It's like, you could fire somebody, you could fire your client who acting like that, and the client want to go take her life, and now you got to live with that on your conscience. Whereas I know he probably was sitting there with like a savior complex, and probably, which isn't good either, but he probably was saying, man, if I keep talking to her, if I keep working with her, I probably could help her. I could help her have a breakthrough, and just didn't know which way to go about it. And then if she attracted to him, that could mean that all of his women clients are attracted to him. So what the man's supposed to do? Go out of business? It's like, what if every single woman expressed some type of attraction? And then it's like, we also got to realize as adults, when you sitting and you talking and you having vulnerable conversations, you forming a bond. Like, you're gonna have to realize that, okay, this is not real. I'm forming this here bond, but this ain't no real bond. Like, it's not This is we having this conversation. It's feeling good. This person is listening, but it's not a relationship. It's not love. And some people are not able to do that. But then again, that speaks to the mental health crisis that we have it. And it's not just on us as adults. It's not just on women. It's also on men. It's affecting a lot of men. It's also, what I'm noticing, affecting teenagers. The teenagers are being affected. And to be honest with you, what we really need worldwide regulation is regulation on social media. Like, we really need to where you get 30 minutes to an hour on a social media network, and then it shuts you out and you can't get back in for 24 hours. That's what we really need. But I guarantee you, people will get a second and third device just to be able to log back in. But they ought to do it to where you need a new account to get back in. But they're not gonna do that though, because they don't care enough about us. They are okay with the 1% of people that's gonna do it for themselves, because you've elevated, educated, you understand the brain, you understand what's happening with that blue light, with that algorithm. So they're okay with that 1% that's gonna know that. But that other 99%, man, that's how they eat. That's how they make billions. That's how they worth billions. That's how they sold for billions. So they're not gonna do that. But what you got to realize is you got to understand what's affecting your mental health. I have clients who they come to me for coaching, and they going through mental health issues, and they understand that they going through mental health issues, and they go to their job and they take a leave. They get a therapist as well as a life coach, and they actively working on that. You don't sleep on it when you feel it. When you feel it and it's affecting you, don't sleep on it. You got to look at, okay, what am I doing in my life? Like, am I sleeping 8 hours a night? Okay, let me get the 8 hours a night. Am I drinking half of my body weight in ounces of water? Okay, let me get to that. Am I walking 30 minutes a day? Am I consuming more than 1 hour a day of social media or news? The news will stress you out. The news will break you down. Am I talking to somebody I love for 20 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day? And that somebody you love could be anybody. A best friend, family member, child, sibling, spouse. Am I doing that? And what's the answer to that? And you just got to realize and know and understand, and just really come to that place to where you can, really understand that. And once you get to that place to where it's starting to make sense to you, now you know, okay, let me do something about this. But think about it though. That mental health, that's the same thing that led to the Coldplay situation. That man and that woman, something off in your mental. Something off in your mental. You to risk your whole life, risk your whole job. You unhappy somewhere. You unhappy and you trying to find happiness through that right there. And it don't add up. It don't make sense. It's not worth it. And so we gotta take and start doing what we need to do. Take care of ourselves. Show ourselves some love, some grace. And we got to do that work. We got to do that work for ourselves, because ain't nobody gonna do it for you. And y'all, I'm on my boys' trip today. I'm headed to pick up the family, and then we headed out to Atlanta. We ate at some crab legs at Spawn Divots last time, so if it's something else for dinner that you really recommend Atlanta, or your family own a restaurant that's good. Now that's good now. Send me a message. We're just there one night though, in and out. Life-changing opportunity for one of the young men in our program. And shout out to my donors, my supporters. A young lady wrote in last night and she said, Tony, I understand that if I make a donation, it could get held up in the foundation. Like if I do it through the link, and it will get held up for about at least 3 to 7 days. So she said, can I send it to you directly? I say, look at God. Look at God. Look at God. That right there took care of all the food, breakfast. That probably take care of all the breakfast, lunch, and dinner today. And one thing about it with the program is like when people with me, they don't expect to have no card. They don't expect to pull out no card. And that's a blessing, God bless it. The lady told me, she said, Tony, you gotta remember why you doing it now. You gotta remember why you doing it. You can't worry about that. God provide. So I said, all right. I sure appreciate it. So that's what we doing today. But I want you to think about that. And if you missed the 3Bs conference, the virtual conference, the replay is online when you'll see it. Mastering the 3Bs on TonyGasselsAcademy.com. It's I think 11 hours of content. Go through it 1 hour at a time. Get it in your system. And you're going to learn some tips, tools, and strategies to get healthier mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. And it's going to change your life. It's going to change your life. And y'all, don't pray for me in your comments, but keep me in your prayers. It's always spiritual warfare going on. Always, the devil always trying to brew up something, working on something, always working on some type of angle, always playing. So y'all keep me in your prayers. Gotta keep grinding, keep going. But hey, take care of you. Take care of you. Work on you, love you. Now I can't film as long as I did the other video because I'm on data. So when I go to upload it take a good little while. So I'm just doing a little series of videos for the day, so they'll come out at different hours a day. God bless you. We'll talk soon.